everybody, welcome to Sideshow Spotlight. I'm Amy Chase.
I'm Guy Klender.
And you know, we were just live on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, but if you're just joining us here, welcome. We're on YouTube. We are so excited to be talking to you guys. It is Women's Month, and so we've got some Women of Hot Toys figures to show you guys.
This is great. I am excited to get to show off some heroine figures.
Yes, we've got some really cool pieces, including a couple of prototypes Hot Toys sent us, and we are so excited about that. We are live right now, and we do have moderators in the chat, so if you are with us and you want to ask some questions or you have some shout outs about the pieces you're going to see, let us know in the comments and the moderators will get those questions to us. And if you if you joined us previously on the other channel, the other orientation, you're seeing us now in the landscape edition. But we do have another figure that wasn't featured on our previous broadcast that we will be taking a look at. So you'll want to stay tuned. But let's start with Arcane.
These. All right.
You know, again, I gotta be honest, in the 5 minutes that we were off the air, I didn't have a chance to watch the show. So it's on my list and I'm very, very excited. But again, just having a chance to look at these and see how they brought the animation style to life, adapted from the video game League of Legends into Arcane. Now we've got, oh my God, those look so good. Look at that.
Yes.
Because even with, Jinx is so pale and then Vi has some color to her complexion.
Vibrancy.
Yes, they've just done such a great job, and it makes the colors really pop on these figures.
You talk about the colors and how they pop, but you also brought up that animation style. Mm-hmm. And what's neat is that Hot Toys has gone and recreated that very unique style of animation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sets, not only is it how good the show is storytelling and character-wise, but that style is so new and so kind of different. That it really stands out, and that's what people are gravitating toward, and to get that in a 6-scale form.
I think it'll be really unique when people, get these in hand and get to pose and really try to create those screenshot moments from the series. And that's one of the things, again, that I love about Hot Toys doesn't just do movies or just do television. They're branching into comics, they're branching into video games, they're doing animation. They've even done League of Legends characters before.
Yes.
But this is now the world of Arcane, the Netflix series, and they just continue to keep challenging themselves with how they represent these characters. And I think especially with Jinx, we're getting the multiple faceplates for her.
Yeah.
We've got what we've got on the prototype here, so you guys can see the neutral expression, the long hair, which will be posable. But if you want to see more images from the product gallery and, add these to your collection, side.show/spotlight is where you're going to be able to see all the pieces that we are featuring on today's show.
Now, you talked about posability, Amy, and these ones here, yes, that's very cool that they are a fully posable figure and how they push the envelope. These are a seamless body. We're seeing that up particularly around like the shoulders and the arms, but something that's not been done.
A question from Rated.
Yes.
I think that's rated PG, but it's R8T3D PG. Do they both have their tattoos?
Well, interesting you bring that up. I'm going to ask our talented and amazing cameraman to give us some close-ups, and we're going to show you that. Okay, now this has not been done on seamless body style before, and that is the tattooing right onto it. We're used to really getting a very clean look, even kind of a dirt and weathered look. We don't get too much with those. When you're talking about how Hot Toys is always pushing the envelope, always trying new things, this hasn't been done. And so it's a really neat look. So if you see in those close-ups, let's take a look at those again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the best
markings are spectacular.
Because Jinx has even got it down her stomach. I'm trying to get a good angle.
She's got it down the stomach. She's got it there on the arm. So it is on there, and it is really, really impressive. And to get that all with that incredible posability as well.
And you talk about posability. While I've got Jinx on her side, I'm going to turn her around this side. I'm really impressed by, the shape of her body. That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
She's so slight and small, and she's got a great, even that kind of almost hunched and wily, rascally, body language.
Yes.
The physicality, the way she carries herself, and you're going to get that really cool opportunity to, again, pose and display the figure the way that you want. On YouTube, Hesty says the colors really do stand out on these pieces.
They do.
And we do have a question from Taser A. Taser A?
Taser A?
Taser A.
Is that Canadian?
Maybe. Just need the question mark at the end. Taser A wants to know, did Hot Toys make any tweaks to the smiling face sculpt? Now, we don't have that piece available to us right now, and it is a prototype we are looking at. So Hot Toys, they're very great about listening to collector feedback and making sure as well, just really fine-tuning what you're going to receive to have in your collection for peak posability, accuracy, display. But we don't have the answer to that. These are the Hot Toys prototypes as they sent them to us. But you'll just have to stay tuned. You can check out, I mean,
follow this. Follow our socials. Any updates that we get, obviously, any information like that, we pass on to you. So stay in the loop, and you can stay in the loop on these and everything we're looking at today by going to side.show/spotlight. If you want to see that alternate faceplate that they were talking about and some of the other accessories.
Yes, and if you're subscribed to our newsletter, if we ever have production updates, that kind of information, and when they're closer to shipping, and our first look series, we'll give you all the most accurate information. Taser A does clarify, yes, Canadian.
There we go.
And JJ Joe wants to know, does Jinx's braids have wire so they can be posed?
Darn tootin' is the answer to that.
Is that the official?
That is the official response.
Official stance.
Official response is darn tootin'. Yeah. Absolutely.
Here, I'll switch her
that around
as well, because you're going to see she's even got all of those little hair accessories. I mean, you've got the kind of hex bolt nuts that are up there and the gold.
When your braids get that long, you bedazzle them.
Just a little bit.
A skosh. I mean, by the time, hey, we could let this grow.
It would take a little while.
I'm going to go with this look.
We do have another character on the show today who knows a thing or two about braids as
Absolutely.
well. But I just think that these are phenomenal, and you're getting fabric costuming as well, even with the kind of hard sculpted elements of Vi's armor. We've got Jinx's half-eaten circus tent pants. Say that 5 times.
That is our favorite phrase. We agreed last time that the phrase of half-eaten circus pants, or circus tent pants, who's eating circus tents?
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. But I do like that.
And even one thing I actually just noticed now, they've both kind of got those big top boots. I mean, the real open brim boots, the wide tongues. So that's, again, I think it adds to the caricature of the animation style, the really unique look to them. I love this kind of quilted look on Vi's armor there on the side.
When you talked about those boots, I like that red leather look. These are, we have a familiarity with that. We go, oh, I know what that is. I know what that look is. So that's kind of the fun aspect of it.
So we got a couple of questions here. I'll do the Jinx one first. Rated PG has come back with a question. Will Jinx come with the shark bazooka?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is our official response?
Darn tootin'.
Darn tootin'.
Yes, she will have her fish bones cannon, as well as you can see she's got this kind of pow-pow minigun revolver, as well as her smaller accoutrement. But she does have
She has all of the weapons
bones
that you see that she uses in the show will be on there. And if you're curious to get the answer for that or any of the other ones we look at today, like, hey, did it have this accessory? Anytime, go to side.show/spotlight, and there will be a link to everything that we're looking at today.
Yes. Now, before we say goodbye to the girls from Arcane, Jason Sweat wants to know, are they doing any more Arcane Hot Toys figures after these? Again, the answer is we don't know.
These are very popular. People are very excited about that. And Hot Toys does listen to you.
Yes. So all I can say is that if the fan response to these and the collector response is strong enough and there's enough interest, I mean, I know we're getting Arcane spin-off series and all of this other really cool content in the world. Hot Toys is always taking a listen to that. They're liking to see, or they like to see what people are responding to. So we can't say for sure. They tell us
we
when
pass
they're
it
ready.
along though.
But yeah,
we pass along your messages.
And if these do really well, there may be potential. Hot Toys is always trying to find new things.
They're always wanting to try and find new things. So these.
But if you like these, I mean, these. I'm sure that once I watch the show, it'll be a little harder not to order them for my own collection because I already love them, just not knowing anything.
I have a feeling you're going to dye your hair blue, but that's just me.
I don't know.
Speaking of blue, why don't we move these two off real quick and move on to our next. Amy, are there any other questions in regards to anything we're looking at today while we pull out this next one?
Not just yet, but again, you can see everything that we're featuring on today's show at side.show/spotlight. Now, here's the figure that we did not feature on our previous broadcast. So if you are just joining us from either of the shows, we're going to take a closer look at the Neytiri 6th scale figure by Hot Toys. Yes, this is a 6th scale figure because she is one of the Na'vi. So I love when they do, like, you're like, that's 6th scale?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I guess.
Because it's so much larger than we're used to. I mean, they're not standard 12-inch, I believe. And again, get that information on side.show/spotlight. I believe this one racks in at about 16.
Yeah, it looks
inches with this one here.
Kind of reminds me, like, about the same height as, like, Thanos kind of characters like that. And check this out right now. We've got the pulsing light up feature on that beautiful Pandora Flora base.
Yes,
is that the official Pandora Flora?
Pandora Flora. That's also going to be on a t-shirt. Now, you are looking at that base that Amy brought up, and that is included in the deluxe, which is available on the site. But I know this is a very low stock, so today is when you want to jump on that.
You know, and that's another important thing I want to impress on collectors out there. I mean, like, I love seeing these things. The worst thing about, you know, when you get to a point where it's like, oh shoot, I want to order that, is the FOMO of seeing that it might already be waitlisted or sold out. So if you want something, the best way to guarantee that you're going to get one is the pre-orders. I mean, pre-orders, you know, let us know that you want your piece, and we will make sure that that's in stock for you, because a lot of these pieces are very popular and they sell out very quickly and they go to waitlist very quickly. And the waitlist is never a guarantee.
No.
It's your way of letting us know, hey, if you find one that's available, I'd like a shot at it. The waitlist is never a guarantee. It's your second chance, but you know, the best.
But you're guaranteed when you pre-order, and you
best way to get
know
these.
If you RSVP for things, you get that information if things are limited, which there often is a very small run of very unique pieces.
Yes, and that brings me to RSVPing is important, but if you sign up for the Sideshow SMS list, you can also get mobile alerts sent straight to your device. Those are especially good. I know we do that a lot for when there's those limited drops, you know, only a couple hundred of the gold Iron Man or whatever, like super limited pieces. You'll get notifications sent right to your mobile device, so even if you're on the go, you can be notified and you can manage your collection while you're out. So again, there's ways to be notified, ways to make sure that you want us to know what you want to get. But pre-orders are the best way to ensure that these pieces make it to your collection.
Now let's, while we're on a close-up there, Amy brought up, we talked about braids today, so why don't we turn this figure to the side so we can talk a little bit about that. I mean, look at the intricacy of that they have done in that hair, and of course the longer one is actual.
Yes, that is a synthetic hair element as well. We did get a couple of questions. If we could go back to the base for just a moment.
Sure.
Nerd Central says that stand is awesome. JJ Joe says, is that you, first says, almost good enough to put underwater, don't ... We don't recommend that. That's not great care for your collection. That's not our official stance, but you know, whatever you do with your collection.
I don't think that's a wise choice, and your fish may not like it.
We can't stop you.
But we can't
But please don't put your collectibles in water, because JJ Joe also wants to know, is that a USB-C powered base?
Well, JJ Joe, I'm going to spin that around, and can you see? Yes. You're also seeing there is your on and off. What we've been doing is showing it in the pulsating mode, which I think is just really cool. But if you want them solid and on all the time, that's an option for you too.
And we got a really cool studio note, because I don't know these things about the technology. That I just show up for the camera and talk. But the production team wants you to know, you may see flickering on the base lights in the video, like kind of stuttered, but that is just due to camera shutter speed. The piece does not flicker the way you might be seeing it on the screen. From the studio here, it's a beautiful breathing pulse. I actually said before we started the show, you dim the lights, you put on some spa music, and I am zenned out. But yes, camera shutter speed may make the lights look a little different on your screen right now, but in the studio, we've got that pulse feature, and then right now we do have it on the solid light feature, so you have that display option as well.
So chamomile and some Pandora Flora?
Oh, yeah.
And you're good to go?
Oh, it's raining outside. I'm already ready to be cozy, 100%. But let's get back to this amazing figure. She's got so many unique design elements to her as well. And one of the things I'm noticing is because she's a Na'vi, she's got a tail.
Yes,
tail.
And that is a posable tail
cool.
that you're seeing there. Yeah. So Amy, however you need to convey the action and tell your story, that is done here. We've got her weapons that she has, that she comes with. We've kind of just shown off both, but you have all kind of ways to do it.
And these are gorgeous. I mean, on this bow and arrow situation, you've got, and again, I'm not the most knowledgeable about all of the intricacies of the Avatar franchise, but this feather-like bit has this really beautiful iridescent texture to it, or color. It almost looks like a peacock feather. I love the shape and curve of it. You've got everything that looks like it's beautifully woven, and you've even got delicate little strings on the bow. You've got the beads hanging off of her belt. There is a ton of detail. And then when you get past all of those, and you talked about that unique paint, the Na'vi had that very unique blue skin, but it is a patterned, and you're seeing it on there even down to kind of the little dots that they had on their skin as well. I mean, I'm expecting her to be bioluminescent here. She's even got the little earpiece, and she's got her Bluetooth.
She's got her Bluetooth right there.
The Bluetooth for the blue woman.
Exactly. It's all blue. It's a blue period today.
Just beautiful. And yes, so you're getting, she's got the exposed joints, but you're getting a lot of beautiful posability. You can see all of the different unique pieces to her anatomy that Hot Toys, again, just really challenged themselves and did, just kind of, they're always pushing the bar.
Yeah.
JJ Joe also wants to know, are these the rolling movable eyes?
Absolutely. JJ Joe is asking a question that is important and is one of Hot Toys developments that they have done, and pretty much they do standard on almost every figure they do now, and that is the ability to move the eyes independently so you can change the gaze, and again, even more storytelling. So yes, you're going to be able to remove the head. It has a very special tool there and allows you to do that. Again, any specifics you want to know about, including a video that we've made on how to do all of that, go to that page, side.show/spotlight. When you see the one for her down there, you're going to see additional details that they're video attachments.
And that's so cool. Like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of like, I hope
you're digging.
I'm geeking it out.
You're digging.
Like, she's larger than a traditional 6-scale humanoid figure, and she's got bigger eyes than, a traditional character.
Yes.
And so, like, all of these advancements that they're doing with their different figures, they're like, yeah, we can make her eyes move too. Sure. Yeah, we can make this a 6-scale figure. And she's got this just, oh my God, it's so cool. I love seeing non-human characters, and even I'm thinking Jinx had big eyes, big expressive eyes, like all of these different ways that they make sure that they're staying faithful to the things you love about those characters. It's so cool.
And giving you the opportunity to either recreate or tell your own story.
Yeah.
With these is fantastic.
Super
now,
fun.
we said we're going to stay in our Hot Toys blue period.
And the women of Hot Toys.
And the women of Hot Toys. So as we move on our next one, do we have any questions about her or any of the others that we didn't actually get to the first time around?
Let's see. We're caught up on all the Arcane questions.
Oh, good.
If there are any last minute Neytiri questions, please bring those through. But again, if there's anything that you missed, side.show/spotlight will be your chance to take a look at the product pages. If there's an unboxing or first look for these figures already available, you can see that on our YouTube as well, or sometimes those are on the product page. But right now, we're going to give you a lineup of the ladies of Star Wars.
The ladies of Star Wars.
This isn't even all of them,
No, this is not all of them. This is just a bit of them. But 4 of them are ladies who wear helmets. Ladies who wear very cool helmets.
Because they're Mandalorians.
Absolutely. And they're great. I have each one of these. I'm very excited. I love the look of each of them. I love the posability that we get on these. So, Amy, why don't we have you decide what we're going to take a peek at first?
I want to start with Sabine. I know, we make the camera slow pan across
pan over to Sabine.
This could be your collection, ladies and gentlemen. I really love Sabine. Again, we got so many good colors in here today. And so we're taking, we talked earlier about like video game characters that were adapted into animation into a 6-scale figure. Now we've got animated characters who are adapted into live action into a 6-scale figure. So this is the Sabine Wren figure. This is from the Ahsoka series. A fabulous job recreating her signature elements. We've got the colorful armor with her, signature kind of graffiti and call signs. We even got a little bit of blue in the shoulder pad there. So
we're in our blue period. I think this is kind of the brightest that we've seen on any of the Mandalorian armor. But I think there might be one additional reason why we started with this character. For you, Amy. And that is an accessory-based question.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see Amy's favorite accessory?
She comes with a loft cat. Let me get his little face.
There you go.
Forward.
And of course, you see her helmet down there.
Yeah. Look at that.
Any of our figures here that have a swap-out portrait, we wanted you to be able to see both the portrait and the helmet.
Yeah,
so that's why her helmet is right down next to her there. With that articulated rangefinder. And the really cool design of Mandalorian helmets that these 4 have. When we first saw Mandalorian, we saw it with Boba Fett, and it was kind of a traditional T. Just a very straight-line traditional T. This has
and even Din Djarin's was pretty similar, just a little sleek.
And this one here has a very cool design.
Yes, I absolutely. Yeah, I love seeing all of the different, especially just as Star Wars continues to expand the Mandalorian lore, the Mandalore, I guess. I love seeing all of that, and then again, shout out to my loth cat. My favorite thing about Star Wars are the little creatures and the droids, and so if you want an excellent little creature,
if you are a creature and droid collector, as I am as well, it's a must. It's an absolute must.
She's got something that's very unique to her as a Mandalorian as well. We've got that lightsaber.
We've got that lightsaber. Exactly. Got to watch those series and follow along. And that lightsaber does have a light up feature as well. So if you want to take a look at more things about that figure or any of the others, go to side.show/spotlight if we don't answer your questions here live in the chat.
Yes, but if you do have questions, don't forget you can ask. We've got a live feed. Our moderators are sending those questions, those comments, the shout outs. If you've got any of these pieces in your collection, tell us what you love about them, because as much as we also love these pieces, we want to hear what you guys love about them.
Now, I think Bo, so many people loved the character before, and so when we were going to have her show up in the live action, everybody was incredibly excited. Katie Sackhoff coming and doing the role and really brings it to life. And this I love the portrait. I love that hairstyle. It's a fun one for me. For one who doesn't have hair, I'll take any hairstyle, but this is one that I would do. Aspirational. But really the weathering tells a lot of the story about her character. All of the dings, the dents, the scrapes, the scratches, all of that on that armor. But Amy, you had brought up the last time, and we're going to turn to the side, you can see, is just how intricate the stitching
on her fabric suit.
On the fabric suit.
One of the comments we had in the last broadcast was how posable all these pieces are because of the heavy armor. And now we've seen even more armored characters with the clone and stormtroopers, but even those figures, Hot Toys takes a special care to do the fabric undersuits. And with the Mandalorians, you've got armor pieces that are more laid over larger swaths of the fabric, so you are getting all of that posability and detail, but especially, they didn't skip any details on all of the stitching throughout this. You can see it on Casca Reeves as well.
You get flight packs and
dynamic
stands and all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to do with the figures.
And what I love with Bo-Katan's helmet, because we're seeing all the different unique helmets. I love that white aspect and I guess you'd call it maybe like the nose of the visor.
That's what I'm going to call the beak, nose, whatever.
Because the white especially really reminds me of like barn owls, and she's obviously the night owls and she's the leader, so she's got she's got her swag on the helmet. But and the cheekbones of that, I love that the female.
Look at Amy over here just connecting all of the dots, folks. She's connecting them for us, which is spectacular. You're right. I really, really dig that one. And I love the base that comes with it. Now, a Mandalorian woman that is amazing, and her character really blew me off out of the water when it was on the screen, was the armorer.
Yes.
You talked about the Mandalore, and I think we got to learn a lot about that through her character. She honestly, and her armor, her helmet, I think is probably my favorite of all the Mandalorians. If I had to make the choice. I love her stoicism. I love her adherence to the way. And I love that, we actually had this question in the last broadcast. Someone asked, does she have an alternate portrait? Because we do see all of these with their swap out helmets and portraits. But no, the armorer doesn't, because of course she doesn't. It's against the Mandalorian creed to take off your helmet. And Correct.
Din Djarin got an earful about it when he did that.
He had a lot of problems. He had to backtrack a bunch with this one.
I love that we know her kind of like in the original Boba Fett days before anyone knew a lot about her. Like, you know her by her voice and the way she carries herself, and also that really cool fur cape.
That's why we're turning this around. I love this faux fur cape that it has. This figure we're seeing kind of with that hammer there, but she's got a lot of really very, very cool accessories that she comes with. Again, you want to take a look at those, go to side.show/spotlight and click on that product page.
So we've got a couple of comments coming in. JJ Joe says, I love that they come with their helmets, but I display them with their sculpts. You cannot hide these faces. And that's a benefit to you, the collector, but also a challenge as someone who has to then display these pieces. Hot Toys does such brilliant job with both the helmeted and unhelmeted portraits. So, it's really up for you to choose. But I think you do get the best of both worlds when you have someone holding their helmet and they're like, yeah, I just took this off. I'm super cool.
Yeah, I'm going to carry this around. And I really do like that. Of course, we wanted to do something a little different, not have everybody under the arm, but it is a great and fantastic pose that you can do with them.
Yes, and we're getting some love in the chat as well for the Manda lore. And James Serapio wants to know, has Sabine shipped yet to retailers? Waiting for my local store in Canada to receive the pre-order. Now, what I can tell you is that the first batch of Sabines has just started shipping out, so stay tuned because more will be on the way shortly. They are in motion and they are getting to collectors like yourself, so it shouldn't hopefully be too much longer. But keep an eye out. Sabine is on the move, so hopefully you get yours very, very soon.
Now, Sabine, when he brings that up, has a single lightsaber, but over on the other side of the table here, we have a young lady who feels the need for two.
Double lightsaber. She also walked away from, the path of the Jedi. I love also in these epic stories of the characters, the women of the Star Wars universe. We've got so much moral challenge and, badass fight ability and really cool armor and just, their beliefs, their adherences to their creed. And of course, Ahsoka, she is the fulcrum of aspects of the rebellion, and we've just got such a beautiful job here now. And this one is super cool because it's the animated style, but brought to a more realistic three-dimensional version by Hot Toys. So it's not the direct Clone Wars animation, and it's not her live-action counterpart, which they've also created.
Yeah. You talk about we're talking about the women of Star Wars and how important she is. The first female that we had in the Star Wars galaxy was Leia, and for those of us of a certain age, she was our heroine. And I think for another generation and even moving forward, Ahsoka really kind of holds that place for a lot of people. And the fact that we're getting so many options, whether it be live action, animated, and other, is really a great option.
It's really exciting again to watch a character, that you ostensibly, I was a little not watching the Clone Wars when it started airing, but was around for when this new character was introduced, and people were like, I don't know who she is, or I don't know how long her story is going to be. Like, who is this? And now Ahsoka is like one of the household Star Wars names.
It's a name everyone knows.
She connects to so many people, and I think that's why it's so important to have these characters and their stories. And I'm just so stoked that we're at the point where she's got a 6-scale figure. She's got multiple 6-scale figures.
Absolutely. Now. Also has that moving eyes that you saw, so you can express it even more. Do we have any other questions?
We do have some stuff coming through. First up, Ramon Gray wants to know, or says, I'm afraid to bend Ahsoka's arms on my figure. Do you have any advice for that?
Okay, you know what? We're right here. Why don't we talk a little bit about this? Any time that you're going to be moving a figure, I don't care whether it's a seamless one or not, wherever your bend is going to be, go close to it, okay? There's no reason to hold by the hand and hold out here and then try it. I want to minimize the pressure. So put your hands right by where you're going to do it and do that bend. Looks like there's a little fierceness there going on. But just get your hands on either side of whatever that joint, be it the knee, the ankle, wherever it is, get close to it, and that's where you'll do it.
Next up, we've got Intergalactic Mojito wanting to know.
Intergalactic Mojito.
Oh, that's a name that Intergalactic Mojito.
Are we having those at lunch?
I hope so. Intergalactic Mojito has been in the chats for almost as long as I've been doing the live streams. At least I remember. Wants to know, how articulated is the armorer and how easy is it to swap out things like the hands?
Oh, okay. Hand swap is very easy. Hot Toys, the peg design that we're used to. In fact, I always find it important to actually remove the hand first so you get an idea of how the peg moves. Some of them are now on an angle, some of them are more kind of a straight on. But familiarize yourself with the points of articulation. But these are very, very easy. If you're having a little difficulty kind of getting them on, I find a little warm water or a little hair dryer on the end and they will work. As far as her posability, look at this one, jumping all over the joint and just getting wild. So as far as your posability, you've got a lot of options with it. Have fun with them. That's one of the most important things with these, is to remember they're fun.
Yeah.
They're for you to either, as we said, retell a story or tell your next chapter.
Just see what you can do. Yeah, have fun. Take care of your figures. I mean, seeing this pose for the armorer, I want to take a picture of it because it's giving me like mad barbarian D&D character inspiration.
That is our producer Michael, who I'm not sure if he's just had enough of the rain or not, but this is how he feels today. So do we have any other questions?
We have two to kind of
wrap our show.
land the plane, wrap our show. Hesty says, I would definitely love to see a demo of Bo-Katan's removable pieces. We don't have all the pieces out right now, but tune in next week. We'll see what we can do. That's one of those things as well.
If that's something you want to see, let us know in the chats. If you want us to do a quick demo on how do I do such and such, I am happy to do it.
Yeah, because behind the scenes, we always have ideas for what we can and want to show you, but we also love hearing what you guys want to see because it makes our jobs a little bit easier. Going, hey, this is exactly what they want to tune in for. And now, Lost on Cloud 9 Yo, or it's either 9-year-old or 9 Yo, but I think it's Lost on Cloud 9 Yo, says, I love this. It was written like a letter. Sideshow, send me a free 6-scale. It would be epic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we can do that.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do that right now, but we do have ways you could win, and we could send you a free
want
figure.
A free one? Okay. Here's how we're going to do this. You go to side.show/spotlight. All of the things we looked at today, you're going to be able to click on all of those, but you're going to see an icon for a contest entry.
And we are giving away the Ahsoka 6-scale figure. This is the style that you see here. And that is, you can enter for a chance to win. We've got that going until I believe usually it's like Tuesday at 11:59.
It's going to be Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So you do have some time to take a look at that.
So you can enter
send me a free one. Enter to win, and if you win,
and we might. Yeah,
darn tootin'.
And you always have a chance to win, and if you do win, we do send you free figures. But maybe Ahsoka's not enough for you. We've also got
maybe not
an ongoing giveaway for Agent Venom on our website. You can check that out at sideshow.com. But if that's not enough for you, next week we are celebrating Sideshow's birthday bash. March is our birthday month. If you don't know, it's many years ago when Sideshow was founded. That's when we celebrate our birthday. Last year was our 30th anniversary. It was a big one. So this year's our 31st. Still a great
But we're still
birthday.
doing a big birthday celebration, aren't we?
So from the 17th to the 21st, we are celebrating our birthday, but you have chances to get the gifts. Not only will there be awesome discounts, but we will also be doing birthday bash giveaways. And we have 31 days of giveaways tied to our birthday month going on right now on our website. You can find that at sideshow.com. Check out our events section. You can register to be notified when the birthday event goes live. You'll get updates on the discounts and other giveaways and surprises that we've got going on. You get $5 in Sideshow rewards for your account, which you could spend on purchasing yourself a new figure with those sweet discounts. There's giveaways going on our social channels all the time, but all I'm saying is if you want a chance to win a free figure, just look around, throw a dart. You'll find something on our website. We've got lots of chances to win really amazing pieces.
Absolutely. Well, thank you everyone who chimed in on the chats on both either our earlier shows on our vertical platforms or now in widescreen here. We thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Amy, for coming in and talking about some of these great female figures and the heroines here with Women's Month.
I never consider it a hardship to have to come in and talk about some really cool collectibles with you guys. So, like twist my arm. But we really hope to see you guys next week at our birthday celebration. Please, this is your official invitation. Please come to our birthday party celebration from the 17th to the 21st. There are so many chances to win. There are lots of celebrations. Just geeking out with us. It's going to be super, super fun. But for now, thanks so much for joining us today. This was a ton of fun.
Absolutely. Until next time, don't forget to let your geek
Sideshow. See you then.
Bye, everyone.